and he got a job with us, because he always had in him what you would call the early Irish transport had, Larkin. And he describes in this book kind of what happened to the Irish Transport Union between Larkin going to America and the formation of the state. It's a simple thing. It's about a claim by undertakers for an increase in their wages. And Borden was at the meeting with him, and they were adamant about what the rate they wanted and all the rest of it. And when the meeting was ended, he was called up to the head office and he was told to alter the claim. And he said, I can't alter the claim. They've made the claim at the meeting. And the man said, you work for us, you don't work for the meeting. These are small grains in the beginning of a huge turnaround. And that's kind of, in microcosm, that's a kind of an indication of the big picture that was changing after Larkin, because things like that didn't happen with Larkin. But anyway, Larkin was involved, I think, first politically, and then he became involved in trade unionism. Now, Gilbert says that Larkin couldn't run the local branch of the NUDL in Liverpool, and I would believe him. He said Larkin couldn't handle the money, was a hopeless administrator, so they had a meeting about what to do with him. And they said, well, why don't we use him as an organiser? He's very good at organising. And there's nobody organised in Ireland. That was very badly organised, so we'd send him over there. So they sent him over here. And he arrived on these shores in 1907. Now they were trying to get rid of him. Well, to say that he made a splash of things in Belfast is the understatement of the year. Now, he certainly united orange and green workers. He certainly put the idea of socialism centre stage in Belfast. But the strike failed. And it didn't leave much behind it. Though I think you have to say Larkin was a success, even though the strike failed, because not because he'd done anything particularly, he'd done lots of things successfully, but in the end the strike failed. But he left some kind of a memory, but there was no organisation. Now, you can't blame everything on him. He was fairly isolated from the leadership of the union. The strike was settled over his head. He had no say in the ultimate settlement of the strike. And I think the idea of an Irish trade union was in Larkin's head. Now again, from this distance, and looked at from the formation of the Irish state, people will often think that Larkin is part of the broad nationalist sweep. Now there is no doubt about it that James Larkin was an absolute Republican and was an Irish nationalist and wanted to see the end of the British Empire.